Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grandma Hershey Cooks. I'm Grandma Hershey, spelled with a U and not an E. I am happy that you are here with me today because today we're making something fun, something good, and something tasty. And hopefully, all of them be good and tasty. At least so far, so good. So, anyway, I am glad that you're here. And I'm in a different spot this time, if you notice. Because I had too many ingredients to put over there in the little small space. Plus, I'm not using the stove. So I figured I'll just lay everything on the counter. How about that? Anyway, this show is about healthier version recipes. I didn't say the healthiest, but I said healthier because today's recipe, I wish I could make it healthier than healthier, but it's definitely better than the original recipe. Okay, so someone had mentioned to me, had asked me, "Do you know how to make peanut butter pie?" I said, "Peanut butter pie? Never heard of it." So anyway, I went and looked it up. I went online, I Googled it, and sure enough, there was such a thing. And but when she asked me, when the lady asked me about it, I had this vision, and I'm going like, I'm going to look for that pie because if I find that one, that's the recipe I'm going to make. And sure enough, I found it. And but when I looked at the ingredients, I'm going like, that's diabetes walking. I'm going like, okay, Lord, we're going to make this better, okay? And so I believe I made it much better. But anyway, the recipes on the shows, because if you watch them, you're going to get a variation of things. They're going to be good for people with diabetes, people that have high blood pressure, people that have high cholesterol, people who are allergic to gluten. I have gluten-free recipes. People who are vegetarians, I'll have dishes that's good for vegetarians, good for the Daniel fast. Okay, because I went on the Daniel fast a couple of years ago, and that's how I learned. Whoo, that's a tough diet. Okay, but I did it, and I had got plenty of recipes for it. So, and then also for the pescatarians, I didn't even know what that was. And my oldest granddaughter said, "Grandma, do you have any recipes for pescatarians?" I said, "What's that?" So then I kind of looked that up and I'm going, "Oh, I got those." So I got everybody covered for one extreme to the other. And then I also have a lot of nut free recipes because the majority of the baked goods have nut flour in it. And so if you're allergic to nuts, all you have to do is ask me for the nut free version when I make the, like cookies and pie, cakes and stuff. So I got you. I got you. Okay. So anywho, today's show is the chocolate peanut butter pie. I said it, and I'm telling you, it is delicious. Anywho, so what I need you to do first, I need you to go and look at those thumbs and click the thumbs up. Okay. And then I need you to go to where it says subscribe. And when you click it, there's going to be a black bell. Click that bell because every time I start a show, they will let you know. So you won't be out of the loop, okay? Because even if you can't see it live while I'm doing it, you'll be able to see it later. But you will know that I've been on, okay? So, I've been eating this new lifestyle for 3 years now. And so I don't want to say it's a diet, it's a lifestyle because I had a health scare. And so when I came up with this new way of eating, it's not new. I mean, it's been there all the time, but for me, it was. And so for 3 years, I've been eating this way. And this lifestyle in 1 year brought my A1C down from 8.7 to 5.3. And so ever since then, it has been maintained at 5.3. Not only that, but my blood pressure was 167 the day the doctor had said he was going to put me on medication. And so it brought my blood pressure down to 123, sometime 125, but it stayed in the 120s. Also, I've been able to maintain a 17-pound weight loss. I had lost 27, but then I stopped charting my meals. And we're going to talk about that one day, how to chart your meals. And it will make you lose some weight. Okay, get rid of it. I like to say, don't come back. If you lose something, you might find it again. I don't want to find it. Although 10 of them found me. So anyway, we're gonna work on that. Because guess what I found out? I am able to go to the silver sneakers for free. So I signed up, and I will be going to walk their little circuit because I like to walk, just not outdoors. So anywho, that's for whoever 65 and older, like me. Okay, so anywho, with this new lifestyle of eating, I've been able to not have to get on 4 medications. I was on the verge of diabetes, blood pressure medicine, and all that good stuff. And I thank the Lord that I did not have to get on that. And that was 3 years ago. Okay. And I do not have to get on it as long as I maintain eating like this. And you will find the recipes that I have been given from the Lord, from the Supreme Being, the Master of the Universe, whatever name you want to call him. Holy Spirit. All I know is I get these messages, I get these ideas for these recipes, and they work. All right. So, next thing we're gonna do. Oh, guess what? Okay, so remember the last 2 shows I showed you about my chicken broth, a low sodium chicken broth. So we're not doing it today, but we're gonna use it next week for our soup. So, but I was looking for some low sodium vegetable broth, and I ran across a new find. It is, oops, not this one. This is a good one though. This one I use because it only has 65 milligrams of sodium in it. Then I like to use Swanson because it only has 35 milligrams of sodium, and that is my favorite one when it's on sale. Then, but this is the newest find, and it's by Great Value, unsalted chicken broth, and it only has 45 milligrams of sodium. So these are the 3 that I would look for if I was you. It's 4 cups in a container, and and this regular price was only $133. Okay, so those are the broths you want to find when you get a chance. Catch them on sale. Anything under $2 for me is a steal. All right, get 2 at a time. That's what I do. You want to build your stuff up. You don't want to spend all your money in one day. Okay, at least I don't. So, anywho, had to tell you about my new find. So every time I see something, I will share it with you. Okay, because I'm always looking for a good bargain, and I'm always looking for something healthier. Because it's for me and for you. We're in this together. All right, so now let's get to another thing. So I remember last week I gave you the pantry list of things to stock up on. Well, honey garlic was one of them, and Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. Now at the store, they lost their mind. That stuff costs too much money. So I went online. First, I went to Amazon. They lost their mind too. So I went to Sam's, and I found the tall bottle of Mrs. Dash garlic and herb for $7.28. That's cost way more than that in the store. But you have to get 2. So hey, why not? You're going to be using it a lot. So get that. Then the other find that I found was the honey garlic by Weber. And it was $4.26 for the tall container. And so you have to get 2. But hey, you're going to be using it because I'm telling you, that honey garlic ain't no joke. That sucker is good. Okay, I put it on almost anything. It is so good. So you want to get those 2. Go to Sam's and order those today. No, I'm not getting any endorsements from anybody yet. Putting it out in the universe. I can use these endorsements, okay? Because I use this stuff. So anyway, just letting you know so you'll know where to get that. All right, so let's get started on this peanut butter pie. We're going to start with the crust first, all right? So what I use is not cookies and it's not graham crackers. Ta-da! I use fish crackers. For the chocolate crust, I use the s'mores. And what you have to do, because you're trying to cut your sugar back, you're going to take out the marshmallows. Okay, because that's what's in there is chocolate and vanilla cookies with marshmallows. So you're going to take the marshmallows out. That's the longest part of the recipe is taking these doggone marshmallows out. And then before I go to the next step, they have another flavor called vanilla cupcakes. So I use that for any crust that's not chocolate. Okay. I use fish crackers. Who'd have thought? So, once you take the cookies out, the chocolate and vanilla, you're gonna put them. I use the bullet. This is like this because I used it today. But I use the bullet to crush up my crackers. And so if you have either what is it, the Ninja thing, any food processor, anything that you crush stuff in, rather than getting the hammer beating it on the counter, then you can put it in your little bullet thing and it grinds it up good. And this is what it's gonna look like. I didn't have a see-through bowl, so anywho, this is what it looked like, nice and ground up, so that you can make your crust. Then the next step you're going to do is you're going to have 4 tablespoons of margarine or butter, whichever one you use. If you have high cholesterol, you might be using margarine. So you're going to put this in the microwave, and you're going to melt 4 tablespoons. I'm sorry. This is live, so no bloopers. You're getting it as we go. Anyway, you're going to put it in the microwave, and you're going to melt it. So now what I found out is when you melt butter too fast, you get a mess. So I have learned how to melt the butter without getting a mess. Number 1, you're going to cover it with a lid or a saucer or a paper towel. And when you put it in there, you're going to go 10 seconds at a time. 10 seconds, check it out. If it's not melted enough, do another 10 seconds. No more than 3 times you should have it, okay? So you're going to have this nice melted butter. And we're going to pour it into the chocolate crumbs. Okay, we're going to pour it in chocolate crumbs. Then we're going to stir it up. We're going to mix that up real good because this crust is going to come out great. Oh, but first thing before you do all that, oh, Lord, you got to remember to turn the oven on. Preheat your oven to 350 because you have to bake the crust so it can set. Okay, so we're going to get this nice and mixed up and moisture, and it's going to turn a little darker than what you saw because that's what it does. Okay, so now, this is what it looks like when it's all mixed in together good. All right, so now when it comes to like corn, not bread, but cake likes recipes, I like to spray my pan with cake oil spray. And I'm going to spray this over here because I don't want to get none on my screen. But we're going to spray this pan. Unless you want to do some, what we used to do, the butter and the flour thing. No, get you some baking stuff. Okay, so then you're going to take your crumbs and you're going to pour it into that pan. Get out of there. Then you're going to take it. I got so much stuff over here. Where's my thing? Okay, so then you're going to spread it. You want to spread it into your pan. I'll show you what I'm doing here. You want to spread it into your pan as even as possible. Okay, all through the pan. Then you want to pat. This pan's a little bigger than the one I used yesterday. Anyway, you want to pat it down really good so it can stay in place. Can you see that? You want to pat it really good. Okay, and then once you pat it down good, you're going to put it in the oven and you're going to bake it for 5 minutes. Now we're going to pretend that I'm putting this in the oven, but I'm not right now. I'll do that later. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. And that's going to give you your crumb crust. All right. So then the next step is this. Now, once you bake it for 5 minutes, then you take it out the oven and you put it on a rack to let it cool off. All right. And set it aside. So in the meantime, we're going to show you how the filling works. Okay. So you're going to take 1 block of cream cheese that has been softened. You might be asking, what in the world is softened? What is this crazy one I'm talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. When you soften cream cheese or even margarine or whatever you're softening, when a recipe says softened, you're going to take it out of the fridge. You're going to let it sit on the counter I would say no less than 2 hours for it to really get softened. Okay. And with the cream cheese, then the package, you should be able to squeeze it a little bit, not squeeze it out, but just kind of like giving it a massage, and it's soft and pliable. Okay. That's softened. And now I like to use, can I get this in good? The 1/3 less fat cream cheese because of the cholesterol. And Neuchâtel cheese is basically low fat cream cheese. And I used to wonder, what's the difference in Neuchâtel and cream cheese? Well, it has less fat for one. So use Neuchâtel if you got it, okay? And I use Best Choice right now because it's cheaper. Philadelphia, I love you, but you done lost your mind. So once you get your mind back, I can start using you again, okay? But good cream cheese. All right, so now we're gonna take that cream cheese, and I already stuck it in the bowl for you. Then we're going to mix it with the peanut butter is next. Yes. So what I did to lower the cholesterol, the saturated fat, I used 1/2 cup of reduced fat peanut butter and 1/2 cup of natural peanut butter. And I did use Skippy this time. This is the reduced fat, and this is the natural. Okay, and they're both creamy. All right. So now unless you just want nuts, but anyway, the creamy works better for the pie, if you ask me. Okay, and you're asking. I'm telling. How about that? So anyway, you want to use whatever your favorite brand that's low in fat, as low as possible, and sodium, because they will get you with that. And also, when things are low in fat, sometimes they're higher in sugar. So you want to check all of that out. And when you're in the aisle, just look at the back of the label and just do a comparison. How much saturated fat? How much sodium? How much sugar? And you will be able to figure out which brand is best for you. Okay. But I like these brands. All right. So now we're going to put this peanut butter in with this cream cheese. Okay, there's one peanut butter. Yes. I almost forgot what I was doing. Don't tell nobody. Okay, we're going to put this cream cheese. Woo-hoo. I mean, peanut butter. Lord have mercy. I tell you, when you get old, you start saying crazy things. But anyway, don't mind me. And then we are going to blend that together. Okay, we're going to blend it together. Go a little faster for the show. Yes. Looking good. Yes, looking good. All right. And we're going to mix it together until it's well blended. Okay, it's not creamy yet. That's what it looks like. Then we're going to add this powdered erythritol. This brand is Truvia. I hope you can see it. I'm not seeing it good. There we go. This brand is Truvia. But whatever powdered erythritol sugar that you can find, non-sweet, low sweet, whatever it says, then that's what you want. I happen to get Truvia because that was the best price at the time. So you're going to also, what's the difference in confectioners and powder? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're the same. So if you see confectioner sugar, you can get it. If it says powder sugar, you can still get it. It's the same stuff. But you want to have the erythritol confectioners or powdered sugar for half of your sugar at least, because that's going to cut back on your sugar and your carbs. Now this, I use 3/4 cups of the Truvia, and you can get whatever brand is best price for you. Okay, we're not trying to break nobody's bank. And then I used and then I use a 1/2 cup of the powdered sugar. All right, so you want to put the least of the bad stuff in so that you can have a moderate. Okay, that's the whole thing. It's trying to make things moderate, still taste good, and be healthier than normal. Now, both of these, they look exactly the same. The big dish is the Truvia, and the little dish is the regular sugar. Okay, so you want to mix both of those in. Get in there. Okay, and you have to be careful with powdered sugar, because I'm telling you, that's some messy stuff. So you don't want to turn that beater on just yet. You want to kind of stir it in a little bit so that it can kind of blend in some before you turn that beater on, or you're going to have flour. I mean, not flour, it's going to look like flour. Remember that commercial when the lady be in the kitchen, she want to look like she'd have made something, but she had it in a box already. She threw the flour in her face and come out like she been cooking all day. Well, you do that powdered sugar before you blend it in some, that's what you're going to look like. So let's get that in just a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to mix that in. Okay, we pressed the time, so we're doing warp speed today. Okay. And it didn't nothing come out on the video. So anyway, this is what it looked like, kind of like what it looked like at first. But here comes the fun part. The fun part is the whipped cream. I use Cool Whip extra creamy because I like the flavor. They do have sugar-free, they have low fat, but they weren't that much different. So I just go with the real deal, and it tastes so good. So I've got my Cool Whip, and you're going to use the whole tub, okay? And this is where you're going to get the creamy. So put your Cool Whip in with all this nice peanut butter and powdered confectioners and all that stuff. Then you're going to, hold on, let's take the towel here. I don't like stuff on my fingers when I'm cooking. And you are going to beat that in. And you're going to see a huge difference once that's beat in. Walk speed. You're going to scrape the bowls while you're doing this so that everything gets blended together, okay? You don't want part of your stuff still at the bottom of the bowl or on the side of the bowl, all right? Okay. I think that's pretty mixed. Okay, so what you're going to get, all right, what you're going to get is this nice creaminess. I mean, nice and creamy. That's what you're getting when it's done. It's going to look nice and creamy like this. See that? See that? See that? Mm-hmm. So then what you're going to do is this pan, we're not going to pour it in now because we haven't baked it, but it'll be baked when you get finished. You're going to pour that mixture into this pan on top of the crumbs. And then you're going to spread it out nice and smooth and even. All right. Then you will put it in the refrigerator. And you're going to let it chill for at least 1 hour. Then, when it is done, okay, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like this. Then you're going to take your chocolate. Now, I use half sugar-free and half regular because I don't like the taste of all sugar-free. And some people do, some people don't. Hey, if you like it, then use it all sugar-free. But I like the best of both worlds. So I take the sugar-free syrup first. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you drizzle onto. Oh, this one coming out too fast. Good Lord. Okay, but you're going to drizzle on top. Okay. Then you're going to take the sugar stuff, because we still got to have our sugar fix somewhere in there, just a little bit. And you're going to drizzle it on top as well. And what you going to get when you're done? Voila. you're going to get a beautiful, tasty chocolate peanut butter pie. Now let's see if it's good as I say. All right. So now one thing that I read somewhere, the best way to cut cakes and cheesecakes and all these things with a plastic knife. Okay, and I've been doing that for a while now. So I'm going to cut a piece of this pie. I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to behave. And I'm going to take my favorite little scooper thing. Get you one of these. It works so well. Oops. All right. Now, I don't know if you can really see this. I caught myself getting a clear bowl that you can see through. So anyway, let me try to get it out here better. But I'm going to taste this for you. Okay. My daddy used to taste stuff and say, let me make sure it's not poison. Let me make sure it's not poison for you. Okay. So I'm talking about, if you like Reese's peanut butter cups, you are going to love this pie. I'm going to take another bite for you. I'm going to take one for the team, because I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Woo. Thank you, Deborah King, for asking for that pie. It is delicious. So, what I need you to do is remember, go to those thumbs and click the thumb up. Go to subscribe. Click the black bell. Then, if you like this show and you like this recipe, you want to share it with others. So click that share button. Share, and tell them to do the same thing. Okay? So, this went quicker than I thought, but I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed you. Oh, next week is going to be kale and black bean soup. It is delicious. A lot of people don't like kale, but if you saute it first, you will like it. It won't be tough. And get the baby kale. Okay. So now, if you want this recipe and the ones that I've made already, the first one was the cheesy chicken vegetable soup. Ooh, that was so good. The second one was last week, and that was those turkey legs, baby. The roasted turkey leg. And today was the chocolate peanut butter pie. After a while, I'm going to have enough shows you can binge watch them. So anywho, if you want those recipes or this recipes, go to Grandmahursheycooks@gmail.com. Email, in other words, email me through Grandmahursheycooks@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to send you the recipes. And by the way, Calvary is coming. Next week, someone will be here to teach me how to put the recipe on the show. So you'll be able to print it off from there. But in the meantime, hey, email Grandma Hershey. She don't mind. I love to hear from you. So that is all I have for today. I truly appreciate everyone who's here with me. We are live. So whatever craziness I do and see, that's it. All right. So have a great day. Have a great week. And I love you all. Mwah.